Who needs to take a shower when you can just use perfumes? Please, you all should leave me alone. Water traumatizes me, Priscilla said, smiling at her reflection in the mirror. This was the phrase Priscilla used whenever she went days without showering. At a first glance, Priscilla was perfection. She was young, beautiful, and worked at a microfinance bank where she looked like someone who had everything together. Every morning, she stepped out neatly dressed, smelling expensive, her wigs always on point. One week it was bone straight, the next week soft curls, another week a bold bob. She believed strongly in one thing: people judge you by what they see first. And Priscilla made sure what they saw was flawless. To her colleagues, she was the clean babe. The one who always looked fresh, the one who never repeated outfits too often, the one who smelled like luxury. But what nobody knew was the truth she locked behind her apartment door. Priscilla's house was a completely different story. The moment you stepped inside, it felt like a battlefield after war. Clothes were scattered everywhere, on the floor, on chairs, even on the bed. Food takeaway packs from 2 weeks ago sat quietly in corners, as if waiting to be remembered. Her dustbin had been full for months, yet she walked past it every day like it didn't exist. She was too stingy to pay someone to clean up the mess, so she learnt to coexist with the dirt. Cockroaches crawled freely on the walls, bold and fearless, moving around like they paid rent. Rats were regular visitors too, helping themselves to leftover food like loyal roommates. At night, you could hear them scratching and moving, but Priscilla had grown used to the sound. Sometimes, guilt would catch up with her. She would pick up a broom or a mop, determined to clean everything at once. But minutes later, exhaustion would win. She would drop onto the couch or bed and fall asleep, still holding the broom in her hand, the mess untouched. And in the morning, she would wake up, spray perfume generously, dress up beautifully, and step out like nothing was wrong. Priscilla looked perfect to the world, but behind closed doors, her life was quietly falling apart. People on Priscilla's street admired her whenever she stepped out. "Priscilla, you look so beautiful," they would say. "Please dash me this your wig." She would smile politely, enjoying the attention. If only they knew that the bad smell they blamed on the open sewage outside was actually coming from her apartment. Priscilla was extremely lazy, and it showed in her daily routine. She woke up late almost every morning, already racing against time. Sometimes she rushed into the bathroom for a 30-second shower. Most times, she did not bother at all. She simply slipped into a clean dress, applied her makeup, and sprayed so much perfume that it could be smelled from the staircase. Then she hurried out to catch a taxi. She often arrived at work after 10 a.m. Her manager frowned every time. Complaints were made. Warnings were given. But Priscilla never changed. Lateness had become a habit. After work she would go to a fast food to get dinner because cooking was never an option. Priscilla either did not like to cook or simply did not know how. The last time she tried boiling noodles, they turned into soggy regrets. Since that day, she gave up completely and chose takeout meals instead. After eating, the empty food packs were dropped on the floor, where they stayed for weeks, sometimes months, as if they had decided to grow old there. Priscilla's laziness did not start in adulthood. It had followed her from childhood. She was the last child of 3, and from her teenage years, she refused to do any house chores. On mornings when she woke up to see piles of dirty plates, she would frown and mutter, "Who is going to wash all these plates for them?" Then her performance would begin. She would boil hot water, soak a towel in it, and place it on her forehead. After that, she would sneak back into her room, cover herself with a blanket, and pretend to be sick. When her siblings shouted, "Priscilla, stand up. We know you're pretending, better go and wash those plates," she would start shaking dramatically, acting as if she had a serious fever. Her mother would rush in, touch her forehead, and sigh, "Leave her alone. Can't you see she's unwell? Don't be harsh on your sister." Under the blanket, Priscilla would smile to herself. Her plan had worked. For the rest of the day, food would be brought to her room, and she would rest like a queen. That was how she grew up. Her mother cooked for her, cleaned for her, and washed her clothes. Priscilla never learned how to take care of herself. Even when she decided to move into her own apartment, her mother was worried. "Prissy, are you sure you can take care of yourself?" Priscilla nodded confidently. Meanwhile, all she wanted was freedom, the joy of living alone, just like her friends. For a while, her mother still came around to clean the apartment while Priscilla was at work. But one day, Priscilla's elder sister called their mother and spoke firmly. "Mom, Priscilla is an adult. She is 27 years old. You think you are helping her, but you are only harming her." Their mother thought about it and realized they were right. She decided to step back and let Priscilla handle her own life. That decision changed everything. Without her mother's help, Priscilla's apartment slowly turned into what could only be described as a small sewage depot. Priscilla's kitchen was a nightmare. Dirty dishes had been piled